Chat, y'all know who it is. It's your boy, I'm that guy, and today we're coming back at you live, man. Why Norland nannies are so expensive. On So Expensive Business Insider. Alright, chat, we're taking a look on Norland nannies, what they are, why they're so expensive, and how much they cost in case you have a child in need of a nanny.
Imagine if Mary Poppins,
and if they're worth the cost too, most importantly,
fought off attackers.
No means no. I don't think a criminal really cares about that.
Or pulled a car out of a skid.
Yo, what you doing with my kid, bro? You got my car skidding and shit.
These are just two of the skills taught at the UK's prestigious Norland College, which has been training elite nannies for over a century. But hiring a Norland nanny can cost nearly $200,000 a year.
No.
Some of the
$200,000 a year? Shit. My kid better grow up to be something great then.
Their ultra-rich clients include Mick Jagger and the British royal family.
Okay. But I don't give a shit about none of that.
Always get the jokes about James Bond meeting Mary Poppins. It's not about that at all. We're not trying to turn them into bodyguards.
If I pay $200,000 a year, you better be a damn bodyguard. Hold on, let's see that punch again.
Mary Poppins. It's not about that at all. We're not trying to turn them into bodyguards.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna have to give you a strap. I'm gonna have to give all y'all a strap. It don't seem like none of y'all are don't even want to do this shit. I'm gonna have to give y'all. I'm gonna give you a strap with a switch on it.
But keeping up with global demand, especially from the US, has been hard.
We know, for example, in New York alone, we had nearly 100 jobs in the past few years, but we weren't able to fulfill those jobs.
To help address that need, the class of 2026 will graduate nannies from the US for the first time.
Okay.
But each year, Norland accepts only about 100 new students into its 4-year program, which makes nabbing one of these highly skilled nannies quite rare. So what does it take to be a Norland nanny?
Chat. And Norland nanny's gonna have to compete with the greatest nanny of them all, a Caribbean auntie. Now, chat, I would sooner hire a Caribbean grandma before I hire a Norland nanny, but let's see if they change my mind. Let me see if Norland nanny, that $200,000 is gonna be worth the price.
And is hiring one worth the cost?
Wind the bobbin up, pull, pull, pull. Oh, the
Oh no.
chaos has begun. The chaos has begun.
Meet Roxanne, a second-year student from New Orleans.
Abracadabra.
She's in a temporary chaperoned placement with these triplets for 6 weeks. This is the first time Norland has allowed the filming of one of its students on a placement. The parents asked that we hide the baby's identities.
Okay, you didn't need to show the blurred baby if that was the case.
Roxanne started nannying.
But chat, you know, I wouldn't hide my kid's identity. You know why? I'm gonna say, look at what greatness looks like. This is what greatness. I want to give everyone a chance to see what winning looks like.
As a side gig to pay her way through university, where she pursued a degree in American Studies and English.
Oh my goodness. I just realized this is what I want to do. But then obviously there was talk about that not being a career. It's always been go into STEM, you know, engineering. Do you want to be a doctor? Do you want to be an architect? And that's when I just kept pursuing my studies in hopes to make a career. And then when I finished my studies, I went straight back to nanny.
One misconception families often have is that nannies are just glorified babysitters.
Okay.
But peek inside any class at Norland and you'll see a break from that stereotype.
We're trying to raise their awareness, give them that sort of additional insight.
Hey, yo, if you fighting, you can put my baby down somewhere.
Perspective.
In a stroller, preferably.
That will help to ensure that they can maximise the care and safety of the children that they look after.
Although Norland is respected and well known.
You punch like this, chat? You punch like this? I'm gonna have to give you something like this. Like, I'm gonna have to give you a strap or something. I don't think none. Yo, I don't need you to be halfway trained in the fence, my G. This is why Caribbean grandma, Caribbean auntie going all the way, because they pull out, you know what I'm saying? Caribbean auntie, first of all, Caribbean grandma ain't gonna have my child in some situation where they got fight, where it's a brawl. You know what I'm saying? Second of all, they pulling out a machete. I ain't gonna lie to you, machete. We ain't doing fists. They slicing you up.
Known here in the UK, third-year student Emma from Salt Lake City struggled to explain the school to her family.
They were like, what is this? What do you mean you're going to go abroad to be a nanny? That's not, you're never going to make money.
In the US, nanny salaries vary widely, but ZipRecruiter reports an annual average of about $49,000. Meanwhile, the average salary of a Norlander who works overseas is a little over $101,000.
Okay.
That's a price some families are happy to pay for their child's care and safety.
Caribbean grandma still got it in my book. I'm not gonna lie to you. Caribbean grandma, I don't need all this BS. She got a machete and she Caribbean grandma. Like, she ain't gonna have my child out here, fighting to the death. This ain't Mortal Kombat.
It's just giving them the basic foundations to defend themselves while still keeping the children safe. Keep it very, very simple.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bruh. If I saw all these people, I'm gonna have to give you all firing arm lessons, because y'all ain't gonna knock nobody out with them punches.
And the simpler it is, the easier it is.
Oh, that's for damn sure. Simpler it is, the easier it is. So I'm gonna simply tell you, if you're in a hand-to-hand combat situation, and y'all in this room in a hand-to-hand combat situation, lay down. And hopefully they don't beat you up too badly. You know what I'm saying?
Child, please. I'm right-handed, so I'm keeping my right hand free. I'm protecting my charge. Okay? The attacker comes forward and goes to strike. Go. 1. I can still put my hand up to defend, but I'm keeping my armor in a defensive manner.
I feel like
Algebra.
I'm gonna tell you something, bro. Up the switch.
Accounting, statistics.
Once you get a taste for something different,
I'll try ice skating.
different is all you'll live for. Try it. Try different. And get a hit of freshness.
I've really been able to learn what to do in an emergency and be able to kind of know.
I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. You all need to get a gun, bro. I see y'all fitness. I'm looking at you right now. In a fight, get this gun. Grab the switch. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all, I don't feel like you got the heart to fight. And a lot of y'all, I don't feel like you guys have the physicality to fight. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
What to look out for.
Hopefully you don't have to use this.
Unfortunately, I have had an experience where a man tried to take the little girl that I used to look after.
See, this is why I get Caribbean grandma. I don't know what scenario you were in. Caribbean grandma would have avoided it. It would have been no scenario. Grabbing kids, where were you? On Epstein's Island? Where were you?
I said, you need to give her back. And he said, no. And so
You need to give her back. He said no. See, this is Caribbean grandma wouldn't even had that dialogue exchange. Caribbean grandma ain't handing out kids like a free sample. You know what I'm saying? Caribbean grandma ain't passing around my kid like it's Costco and they doing a new trial run on a damn a Lunchable. You know what I'm saying? We ain't doing that. Caribbean grandma, first of all, avoiding the situation entirely. And second of all, chopping off the man's hand with the machete and taking my kid back. You know what I'm saying? Situation has been avoided.
I just had to pull her off of him whilst holding on.
Pull her off of him? So it was this is the nonsense Caribbean grandma would not even tolerate. You know what I'm saying? Caribbean grandma wouldn't even, she came 2 feet close, she was like, back up. Back up. Caribbean grandma done, the situation wouldn't even, it would have been not even what if type situation. It wouldn't happen.
The buggy where her baby brother was.
What's
I holding onto the buggy where her no, and so I just had to pull her off of him whilst holding onto the buggy where her baby brother was.
I don't know. Caribbean grandma would have definitely upped that machete, bust her on top of the head.
It is scary, but that's why I think parents hire Norlanders, because we are given that extensive training for the.
See, I don't need no. Caribbean grandma got all the training she needs. Machete, and she a Caribbean. So it don't, like, those are 2 defenses. That's like almost too much defense. You know what I'm saying? That's almost too much defense.
These worst case scenarios.
Worst case scenarios like having to control a car while dealing with poor weather conditions and slippery roads.
How about you drive safely? Slow down, speed racer. We're not in a damn. Where are you taking my kid? You know what I'm saying? Emergencies, like, what are they in cardiac arrest? You have to do all that? Come on, slow down.
Students learn advanced driving maneuvers in their 3rd year.
I'm doing Caribbean grandma. I'm not gonna lie to you.
The program also includes 3 years of specialized training and a 4th year of paid employment as a probationary nanny.
Okay.
The training
okay.
builds on itself over time.
Oh, you guys could cook.
Take cooking, for example.
Okay, what you making?
In year 1, students learn the basics. Year 2 challenges them to prepare meals for different dietary needs. And year 3 has them learn advanced baking skills.
Oh, you might have the up on Caribbean grandma. You might have the up. Baking skills.
The students will
the kitchen, you might have the up. But then again, I still am going with Caribbean grandma.
even spend 28 hours on a module called Fabric Friend.
I don't know. This is cool though. This is definitely dope.
We were making a fabric.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Your price tag is going up. Not by the defense shit. The defense shit was awful. Awful. I'm not gonna lie to you. A capable person will beat you up. I'm not even gonna lie to you. A person determined will beat you up. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But the cooking and the stitching, that's pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie. That is up in your price tag, because this is something you
friend to help a child through transitions.
Transitions of what? You're a kid. What is their transition to?
So that might be going to school. It could be going to bed at night. It could be dealing with their emotions.
Okay, I understand now. This is dope.
Nice way to be creative.
An entire class dedicated to making a toy might seem excessive.
It's for kids, so I wouldn't say it's excessive.
But students also learn the basics of sewing and mending.
Sewing used to be viewed as quite old-fashioned, but in today's world of trying to protect our future and sustainability, it's now back in vogue, that whole idea of repair and recycle and so on.
And they can repair clothes? That's dope.
Practical skills make
That
up
is
about
dope.
a third of the curriculum. First-year student Frankie from Charlotte, North Carolina,
CPR, this is the training I need. I don't need the defense, the wheel shit. This is good. This is good training.
starting
CPR.
from square one.
Not having worked as a childcare professional, it's been really nice to have the, practice with the basic care skills, holding a baby.
Diaper changing is part of the basic care skills module that all first-year students must complete, along with hygiene, first aid.
Once you get a taste for something different, different is all you'll live for. Trident. Try different, with lots of cool flavors.
And car seat installation.
So always sit.
Okay.
Lap.
Oh, they're installing a because I was about to say, I thought you were installing an actual car seat, not whatever this. Yeah, I guess it would be called a car seat.
Lap. So what would normally go over your lap goes over the child's lap.
Is that green? It's green. See? I did it. Yay! I was worried that the course was going to be too difficult for me, that I wasn't going to fit in. But I realized very quickly that everyone who comes here is the kind of person who would thrive here. It's such a British institution. It's got
I don't give a shit about British institutions. You know what? I'm going back to you guys were selling me on the knitting, the food, you know, I guess the car seat too, because that's pretty important. Now you're selling me on Britain. No, I'm going back to Caribbean grandma.
Such history and heritage behind it.
I don't give a shit about that. I don't give a shit about none of that British shit. Now you got me swaying back to Caribbean grandma.
It was a big draw for me.
Because it's British? Oh, hell no. I'm going Caribbean grandma. You right. I should
the college guarantees paid employment for all its graduates. Norland runs its own employment agency that collects a one-time placement fee from families.
The funding that we receive from the income generated from the agency is used for bursary provision. So we have a very strong commitment to widening participation, not least because we want to change our student demographic to reflect the wider society, but also because we know that the finances can be a big barrier.
It was going to be an investment, but Norland does offer scholarships, so that made it possible for me to come as a student.
Norland's tuition is a little more than $27,000 a year for international students, almost $4,000 more than it costs UK students. All in, that's close to the average annual cost of out-of-state college tuition in the US, and it's close to the middle of the range that international students pay for the average public bachelor's programme in the UK. One unique expense is the near $1,300 every student shells out for the classic Norland uniform. The promise of a high salary directly out of college draws students to apply despite the costs.
Within 5 years of graduating, our students who have invested less money than perhaps a doctor might have done are already earning higher than a doctor's salary.
Fresh out of medical school, doctors in the UK can expect a basic salary of about $52,000 to $59,000. Meanwhile, Norlanders can earn almost $75,000 right after graduation. And after a decade of experience, salaries for overseas placements can exceed $170,000, the school says.
When I looked at the curriculum, it was exactly up my alley. That's why I think Norland is so transformative, because they've taken this concept of what used to be the help.
Okay, the curriculum, okay.
And turned it into an expertise.
Okay.
Norland's reputation is well over 100 years in the making.
It's lovely to see how some of the core values and core traditions have remained, but not necessarily everything.
The school was established in 1892 by infant teacher Emily Ward.
She created the world's first childcare training institute in essence, because she saw all the way back in the Victorian times how important it was to have adults who were supporting young children.
Okay.
These black books contain an account of every student who studied at Norland.
In 1892,
that's
there wouldn't
dope.
be any
That's some dope history right there.
male names here, but now we have male names, non-binary names entered into our...
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not hiring no dude to take care of my kids. I'm not doing it. Caribbean grandma, I'm sorry. You're selling me. I'm not hiring no male to take care of my kids. Caribbean grandma.
Books today. We're working very hard to try and challenge the stereotype around the Norland nanny.
I don't want no dude pulling up to my crib talking about I'm a nanny. Yeah, buddy. No, you're not. You're on the list. I ain't talking no damn Norland nanny list either.
The uniform, which some consider
I ain't talking Craigslist either.
Fashioned, has evolved.
This is a cohort from 1923. This is her uniform. We have updated it a little bit. You don't have to wear corsets anymore, of course. We've made a gender-neutral uniform as well. We've retained it because partly...
So that dude is a nanny as well?
We have updated it a little bit. You don't have to wear corsets anymore, of course. We've made a gender-neutral...
So this dude right here, he's a nanny.
Uniform as well. We've retained it because, partly because our students really want to wear it. But we also think it's very important from a symbolic point of view, as well as in terms of helping them to develop their professional identity.
The uniform is a symbol of the Norland ethos, honour its history but adapt to the times.
And of course, since then, we've learned so much more about early years development. We now know that 80 to 90% of brain growth seems to take place more or less in the...
Chat, this is the mix you want to have. Caribbean grandma. And really, only 2 Caribbean grandmas you need. Really. One that speaks Spanish, and honestly, you can just, Caribbean grandma is kind of OP. I'm not going to lie to you.
Oh, there we go.
New insights yield new training methods. This is Emily,
Come on, Emily.
a virtual baby named after the founder, who likely couldn't imagine technology like this would ever be part of her school's curriculum. These robo-babies simulate the demands of infant care and teach lessons that might save a real baby from danger.
So the sensor in the neck measures whether you let the baby's head go. So for example, I wouldn't do this with a normal child, but if we were to stimulate a response from Emily.
Damn! Shaking my baby like a bop it. Damn! She's good!
This feels so wrong.
Stop, bro. Oh,
The robo-baby is supposed to cry, just like a real one, if it needs a diaper change, is hungry, or is too hot.
Damn! Oh my gosh, shaking him around. Cheese on bread. Oh, my baby gonna turn out, his brain gonna be mush.
But occasionally,
His brain
there's
gonna
a
be
glitch.
damn mush. He gonna have back problems by the age of 9 months. I'm not gonna lie to you.
She apparently has a very good neck.
She dead. She's dead. She's dead. What are you talking about? She was dead from the first snap, bro. You done killed her. She's dead.
We have made sure that over the last 130 years that our course remains up to date, cutting edge, but we've also retained some of those core values, some of those core traditional skills and knowledge that children have always needed.
Okay.
Once you get a taste for something different, different is all you'll live for. Trident. Try different with lots of cool flavors.
Child, I know we got the commercial like 3 times, but I actually do like it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
While some of that knowledge is universal, Norland recognises that the needs of an international family might differ from those of a British one.
Do you guys learn how to cook different cuisine?
One of the other things that's changed over the past few years is that we have acquired an international student sponsor licence.
After Brexit in 2020, Norland was required to apply for a student visa sponsor licence to continue accepting EU students. When the licence was granted in 2021, Norland started accepting other international students as well.
We know that there are all sorts of different families out there with different needs, different contexts, different cultural contexts and so on.
Specifically, about 40% of current advertised international jobs for Norlanders are in the United States.
So you telling me my Norland nanny could be a Caribbean grandma as well? That might be too OP. That might be too OP.
We know that we have
I'm
a
not
large
gonna lie to you.
demand
Caribbean
for
grandma
our
plus
graduates in
Norland
America,
nanny? Come
but
on
we're
now.
not always able to place them
I don't think I would be able to afford that $1 billion price tag.
there. If we have American students, of course, that's ideal.
Despite the global demand, Norland keeps class sizes small.
We're not trying to be like De Beers and keep them rare deliberately. The only reason we are so small is because of the cost of the course. We know that if we were able to roll this out and have 1,000+ students a year, we certainly have the interest, but it's not necessarily sustainable in terms of the intense training, the ratios.
More personalised instruction for the nannies means more personalised care for their charges. Roxanne's placement with the triplets will put everything she's learnt to the test.
You think, okay, do I have enough limbs to do this? And then you get innovative.
Chat, I need her to kill that fly. I need her to kill that fly. I swear, I saw it twice. I didn't want to say anything, but twice is too many. I'm not gonna lie. One time is too many. Kill that fly. Kill that fly and I'll give you whatever type of money you want.
Rein in the chaos, Roxanne uses a childcare principle called attunement.
So really being connected to the child, really understanding their needs, not just from a basic level, but an emotional level. And I think that has definitely been what's been so helpful in these challenging moments. And even just looking them in the eyes can calm them sometimes.
Good job.
That's what you gotta do. Sometimes when they crying, you gotta look them directly in the eyes, man. You gotta challenge their authority.
You try to be organized, but then you have a million trillion other jobs that you literally have to do. And then you're like, oh, this, and then I have to do that. You have to have that spontaneity. I'm equipped to be able to advise people. I know what's happening neurologically. I know developmentally what's happening with that child. And it's science. It is science. And I think that's where it's something profound, and actually I feel proud. I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna be a Norland nanny.
Hey, man, good for them, man. Chad, who are you choosing, Caribbean grandma or Norland nanny? It's a tough choice. If a Caribbean grandma becomes a Norland nanny, is that a superhero? I think so. If you do enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and peace.